Hey, what's up everybody? Ray here. Wanted to drop a thought on you all tonight. Something I've been thinking about for a while. Something I've been waiting for somebody to bring up in the comments. Something I've been waiting for anybody else to bring up in conversation or whatever. No one has. And no one has. So I'm curious if anybody even realizes this discrepancy from the original Final Fantasy VII to the remake. There's a big story discrepancy. We'll get into that real quick, but if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so you get all my new theory videos, what if takes, hot takes, reactions, art, all that kind of stuff that I do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get notified when I got all the stuff coming, all the new stuff dropping. Also follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, right there. If you want the hottest, latest stuff dropped on you, like I'm about to drop on you right now. So I did the big theory video, right? If you haven't seen that video yet, do yourself a favor, go click that video. It's my big theory video on what I've got going on in my head about Remake Part 2, where it could be going, what's up with Zack, what's the timeline doing, all this kind of stuff. There's a big difference in Cloud and some of the things he can remember in Remake. Some things he can and cannot remember. We're talking about one thing specifically today, though. One thing specifically. And it has to do with the Calm flashback. It has to do with the Calm flashback that I do believe we're going to get at the beginning of Remake Part 2. A lot of you all have asked me if I think we're getting that. We're absolutely getting that. It's not going to be a DLC. It's going to be in the game. We're going to get that Calm flashback in the game as a part of the main game for Part 2. They have to do it. They have to do it. So that's so integral to when you set out into the world and the story. But we're talking about one thing specifically, one aspect specifically about that part of the game, and it is Cloud's recollection of events from the Nibbleheim incident. What am I talking about? I'm talking about one throwaway line from Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I have waited and waited for someone to bring it up, waiting to see if I was going to be the one to bring it up. I'm the one that's going to bring it up. It's a huge difference from the original story to this story, and it happens in Chapter 2 when Cloud and Sephiroth are talking, and Cloud's like mental break when he's imagining Sephiroth and Nibbleheim in the fire. He says to Sephiroth, you know, he's trying to figure out why he can see Sephiroth. He says,
I killed you with my own...
Oh, you need not remind me.
And isn't it wild that Cloud gasps after that line, like he says, I killed you with my own...
I killed you with my own... I killed you with my own...
like he just realizes that he killed Sephiroth. That's going to play in here in a few minutes when I explain kind of what I think's happening with this, but it's good. It's good stuff. So he just realizes right then that he killed Sephiroth. Like, he's like, if you hear that in the line, yeah, he just realizes that he killed him. Before that, he had no idea. So, moving on, let's continue. In the original game, when Cloud is telling the events of what happened in Nibbleheim, when he's telling the events of what happened, it goes back and forth. Sephiroth and Cloud are getting ready to clash. It's about to go down. You're like, what happened then? He's like, I don't know. He doesn't realize until he's put back together in the live stream that he is the one who basically killed Sephiroth. Cloud killed Sephiroth. He remembers it. He remembers it. In the original game, he didn't remember that until he's put back together in the live stream. Now, he knows it full well from the beginning of the game. I know it's kind of a throwaway line in Chapter 2 because if it's done on purpose by Square Enix, it's pretty brilliant that they just rolled through that. Because I'm sure when they were writing it, they were like, okay, yeah, everybody knows the Cloud doesn't know this yet or whatever. We're going to write this line in here anyway as a casual throwaway line and see if it just slips under people's radar. And it has. It slipped under everybody's radar. I've been waiting to see if anybody picks up on this, and nobody has brought it up. So Cloud already knows. So how could he know? Let's go through some reasons why this could be different. I've got 3 reasons why this could be different. Reason number 1, which I don't feel strongly about. Reason number 1, like I've said before, time is slowly changing throughout the course of Remake. But I don't think time starts changing like too crazily, right, until later in the game. I think when the big reverberations of time start to happen, that's when you see some of the bigger changes happening. I don't think that started to happen yet. Sephiroth comes to Cloud in his mind. That didn't happen in the original storyline because this Sephiroth is different from the Sephiroth from the original story of Final Fantasy VII, which I believe is the first time loop. The beginning of time, basically. The beginning of the time loop, the first existence, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that's necessarily what's going on here. I don't think changes to time have begun to happen yet. They do start to happen in the game, I feel like, but I don't think they've begun to happen yet. So, if that's not the case, then what could number 2 be? Well, number 2 could be simply they're just writing it differently. The creators of the game are just writing it differently. It could be nothing. It could be nothing to be taken literally. They're just writing it in there that he remembers this time, he didn't remember the first time, something they may feel like is not that big of a deal, which it actually is kind of a big deal, because he can't remember what happened to Sephiroth. He would not know for a fact that Sephiroth is supposed to be dead if it were like the original game, because in the original game, Cloud's like, it's possible, I know he was reported dead, but it's possible he could be running around out there. I don't really remember what happened. In this one, he definitively knows what happened. He killed Sephiroth. It doesn't really come up. It doesn't really come up with the rest of the party, so... But I don't feel like that necessarily. That I feel stronger about than the first reason. That could be what's happening. Number 3, I feel more strongly about. Okay, number 3, I feel more strongly about, and that's this. Sephiroth is in Cloud's mind. He is omnipresent with Cloud. He is connected to Cloud. He can come to Cloud. He can show Cloud things through Jenova's powers that everybody else can't see. Everybody else couldn't see Nibbleheim on fire there. It's a mental fracture happening with Cloud. So Sephiroth is tied to him. I think Sephiroth is unlocking certain bits of knowledge in Cloud's head to help him get where he needs to be more quickly. Because he wants Cloud to be the most powerful version of Cloud we've ever seen for some reason. We don't really know what the reason is yet for Sephiroth. It's gonna be, I think it's something to do with him wanting to take Cloud's body or whatever. But that's really on the nose. That's really easy. I don't really necessarily know that's where it's going. It could be the easiest answer. That could be it. And if they tell the story properly, that could absolutely be fine. That would be fine if they tell it the right way. But he wants Cloud to be stronger. He motivates Cloud to continue to get stronger throughout the story. So I think it has to do with that. I think Cloud wouldn't necessarily know or remember at the beginning of Remake that he killed Sephiroth. But now, I think Sephiroth has unlocked that part of his mind and let him know, hey, you killed me. And so when Cloud's like, I killed you with my... And then he's like stopping to think. It's like he's stopping to think before Sephiroth cuts him off. Because it's not like Sephiroth cuts him off directly. Like, I killed you with my... Oh, whoa, you don't need to tell me. I know. He's like, I killed you with my...
I killed you with my own...
Oh, you need not remind me.
And he stops, then Sephiroth goes, oh, you don't need to remind me. It's almost like, whether consciously or unconsciously, Sephiroth is unlocking some of this knowledge in Cloud's mind to get him to his, Cloud's final form faster. Right? If that makes any sense. That's my take on it. I was really surprised that nobody caught that. Now watch that, put this video out, everybody's like, oh yeah, I caught that, I didn't say anything. Or, oh yeah, I caught that, but yeah, I totally caught that, I just didn't say nothing about it. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That is a big part of Cloud's story. That he doesn't know how Nibbleheim ended. He just wound up somewhere. What else does Cloud know? What else does Cloud remember now? That's going to be big moving forward. He remembers now that he killed Sephiroth. He did not remember that in the original game at this point. He did not remember that by the time they got to Calm. He did not remember that until he's put together back in the live stream and him and Tifa resurface in Medeal. So with this kind of adding to my theory of whatever I think is going on right now, I have a new kind of idea of what I think Sephiroth's motivations are this time around. With this little interaction, the first interaction between him and Cloud, I think I have a more clear understanding of what I think they're making his motivation for this time around. But we'll cover that in another video. I don't want this to be super long. That's a big deal. So that's a big change. And I wanted to share that with you all tonight. If you all liked that video, please throw a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hot stuff coming all the time for you all. If you don't know, now you know. If you're just finding the channel, lock it in right here, because I got stuff coming all the time. At least every other day. Ideas, theories, and for my YouTube channel members and for Patreon members, I've got a new video series dropping. The first video, this coming, I might do it this weekend. I might do it early for you all, called What If? Where I just theorize things in the gaming and animation industry. What if things were like this? What if this happened? What if this happened in this story? Or what if this creator went to this label and did this thing? It's like something fun I wanted to do exclusively for members, so you all can catch that as a YouTube member or a Patreon member. Either one, pick your poison, either one you want to do, but do subscribe to the channel. I do thank you for all the love you all are showing to the channel, the growth we're experiencing. We're in a growth boom, baby. I appreciate it. We're headed for 10,000 subscribers. That's my big goal right now, and you can help me get there. I appreciate all the love, all the shares, all the retweets, everything else. Keep it locked in here. You know the spot. I'll catch you all later. Keep rocking. Be safe out there. Be good to each other. Have a great weekend.